And we are live. We just went through hair and makeup. Oh, what a special day it is. And I just figured out I don't know how to work the mouse on my laptop. So that is impressive. I'm a little embarrassed, but we've got the jams. We've got the spirit. And you know what we've got today? We've got lights, camera, and brilliance.
Okay. Yeah.
Sitting next to me, y'all, it's Coach Perez. And we were just talking about this a second ago in our pregame warm-up. Is it Perez? Is it Perez? I think there's a lot of mystery. There's controversy on campus. How do we say? Parisi, MC Parisi in the house right here. She's secretly got a rap career. Welcome, Coach. It is a pleasure to finally get to sit down with you and talk shop. In fact, oh, there you go. Music gone. I wanted to let you know I've been really working hard all day, coming up with some thoughts on this, So I've got pages and pages. But as a kid, they were always telling me, that I was so gifted. And then I found out that I actually arrived on the front porch in a box. So
Sure.
Where is it? Crickets. That joke just didn't work. Anyways, I worked all day on that. Okay, darn it. Okay. All right. Well, let's start over. That was awkward. We have Coach Perez here, our gifted and talented coach on campus.
Yes. Thank
you so much for joining. I know you've had such a busy day. Well, let's talk. You are the gifted and talented coach here, as we just said. Can you give us a little background? How long have you been teaching here at Somerset Academy Collegiate? And what got you into G&T? That's what it's referred to, right?
Gifted and talented, yes.
Gifted and talented. Yeah, clearly I messed that part up earlier.
Good.
So
most people just say like GT.
Yeah. GT?
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. So what got you into GT and how long have you been here at Somerset?
Here at this campus, I've been here since it opened. Teaching, I've been teaching 25 years.
No.
Yes. Mostly elementary. And then when this campus started, I taught fourth grade for a few years. And then the teacher that did GT before me retired. Like, she's not a teacher anymore. And so they asked me to come into this position, maybe because I'm like kind of outside the box thinker. That's what I was thinking.
Well, that's funny. That's why we changed the camera angle today, because we're not going to do a flat angle lens on you. We're going to go outside the box. So we sure did. Yeah.
And so also, like, I really have always liked to do projects. So I was thinking maybe that was like another reason. And I knew a lot of the kids because I had been here for a few years. And so here at this campus, I've been here since it opened.
So since it opened, this is what, 2017?
Yes, this is our 9th year.
So you've been here for 9 full years.
Yes.
There must be something about it that you're feeling like I feel about this campus, that there's something special. It's just amazing here. The kids are amazing, the staff, the administration. Any thoughts on Somerset?
Sure. So for me, so my kids that I had the first year, they were 4th graders. So they're graduating this year. So kind of like that's something I feel like is awesome about my job, is so I get to see like the kids grow up and go through all the years. Mm-hmm. So like the connection, I suppose, right? So it's not a giant school, so it's not tiny either, but you know what I mean? Like I can see like whom I can like keep up with my kids. Like, oh, you're a junior now. Like, how's it going? Oh, you're a senior. You're going to graduate. Or like even my kids that I started seeing in kinder, they're in middle school now.
Yes.
Wow. And so when I see them, even though I don't pull them for small groups, the middle schoolers, like I can still keep up with them, and I kind of know I'm keeping tabs on them. Absolutely. Not in a negative way, but like
beware.
Yeah. I mean, usually in a good way, right?
Yeah, she'll be watching you. That's right. I'm just kidding. So that brings up a good point. How many students, let's talk your program. How many students do you currently have in the GT program? And what age groups are included in those in that group?
So in elementary, I have almost 80 kids that I service. So some from each classroom.
Wow.
So kindergarten doesn't get tested until March. Well, actually they get tested before that. They start services in March. So I'll add some from those classes too. Right now I service 1st through 5th grade, like in small groups, pull out groups. when
So
they're
first through fifth. So there's no gifted and talented adult staff members. Only you have to be in first through fifth. Darn it.
Some of us are.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
Yeah, there are. Okay. No, so they don't like become ungifted when they go to middle school or high school. It doesn't mean that. So they would be placed. So if they still have that need for services, they would be placed in honors classes, basically. And or their teachers are aware, right, that they have a GT, not status, like a GT, they're gifted and talented, basically.
Right.
And so they would still need to nurture that, right? Like be aware, like this child thinks outside the box. They may need like more project-based. They need to be challenged, maybe accelerated. Like, for example, if we have a student that's a sixth grader that's like already doing 7th or 8th grade math, we would want to make sure that they're being serviced in that area. Otherwise, like if they're already mastering something at the beginning of the grade level, it's going to be kind of maybe a boring year, right? Like if you're already mastering the subject to enter.
Yeah.
So, and the same with high school. Like we have early college, high school,
right.
A lot of programs, right, for kids, all kids really, but really we still have to make sure that they're not getting lost in the shuffle, right? Like, okay.
Yeah. There you go. Answer complete.
Kind of random.
No, it's actually not random at all. It's really leading into what I was thinking about the next question to be. So when we hear gifted and talented, and I want to get the words and the explanation directly from the expert's mouth here. What is the term gifted? We know talented, but we don't maybe in this context.
Okay.
What are some of the unique characteristics? I think you were just alluding to that. This is not it sounds like it's not a one size fits all classification.
Not at all.
So every student are they tested and kind of identified uniquely and therefore instructed that way as well?
Yes. So they can qualify in a couple of areas, right? So it's basically a unique way of thinking. So take like qualitative and quantitative data. So some checklists, some testing, and we look at it all together and see like, does this child show a need for services? And it doesn't mean like, oh, this child makes straight A's, they have wonderful behavior. It's not that really at all.
Okay.
So it can just be like intellectual ability that shows up, on a specific test that we give, or maybe another district gives and they come to us and then we have that data. We also look at like if they're way above grade level, so they could qualify in a specific subject. So content area, intellectual ability, creative thinking, leadership abilities or leadership skills. So it doesn't really have to do with you're just an honors student. It's really like a way of thinking, like outside the box thinkers.
Oh wow. Yeah. And they test for this. You said this earlier. When do they start becoming identified as gifted and talented?
Okay. So really they could be like referred for testing any time, like any, am I staring at the ceiling? Sorry.
No, not at all. I'm just happy to be hearing about this. It's fascinating.
Okay. So at the beginning of the school year, so like let's say in August, I'll tell all the teachers and the staff and anybody, right? And parents can nominate, even the student can nominate themselves, even if they're like in first grade, like I think I should be in GT.
Oh, wow.
They can refer themselves. I mean, the parents still have to give like permission to test and the teacher's still aware.
That's probably what I did when I was in first grade.
It's very interesting. Yeah. And it's kind of, they sometimes figure out like, oh, this is what I need. It's an interesting thing when that happens.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So in the fall, we test. In fact, we just are finishing fall testing.
Okay.
And then those students will start in December or January. And then in December, we'll send out information to all the kindergarten parents, just letting them know what GT is and like what characteristics to look for.
Gotcha.
And then if they choose to have their child screened for gifted services, then they'll send back, well, it's a specific checklist for the parents and they can write notes on it. And then we'll give like a checklist to the teachers, make sure the parent gives consent to test. And then those kids are tested in January and February. And then kindergarten starts right at the beginning of March, services.
Okay.
And then we have another round of testing like towards the end of March and April for kids that were not referred in this in the fall. And the teachers are like, oh yeah, this child needs to be screened for testing.
Okay.
they can be screened once a school year. So sometimes it happens, right? Like they take the test in first grade and it doesn't show at this time, right, that they need gifted services. So perhaps they take it again in fourth grade, and now we have all this other data. We've retested on their age level. And then we're like, oh yeah, for sure. Like you need services. So
gotcha. Yeah. And so when you say services, is this fairly individualized instruction, or how does the teaching look? I mean, do you group some of these students into certain groups? Is it a normal classroom environment? Is it very individualized? And most importantly, does it include really good music? Because that's what I'm, here to ask.
Okay, so
how many questions
music,
can I ask at once?
I feel like I like good music, but I don't always play it in my classroom, so I might have to add that.
Oh, okay.
So my classroom is really not like all the other classrooms. No,
Okay.
So I pull groups from like each class, and sometimes they're combined, right, based on how many they have. But even within those little groups, there's some that I know like have like different needs just even within that little group. So my groups are from like 4 kids to 11 kids. It just depends on the class.
Okay.
It's mostly project-based learning. It's kind of like constructive chaos, I call it. Like, so we do, so let's say biographies. Like we're learning all about biographies in 3rd grade.
Ooh.
And so we're learning about different people. We're talking about characteristics. Do they show, like, what gifts and talents did they show? What growth mindset strategies did they use? How did they persevere? What obstacles did they overcome?
Yes.
And then ultimately the kids will do the research. So right now we're still doing it together, like we're a little group, but like even among ourselves, like I'm showing them what to do. And then they'll start researching someone and learning those things, like what struggles did they overcome? Like, why do we even need to know who they are? And then so we do research, and then I show them how to use Canva. It's like Google Slides is good too, but they like pick up on Canva really quickly, and there's like a lot more features. And so they'll do the research, then create Canva, and then like in 3rd grade they create like a little model of the person. And then in the spring we have like this GT night, and the parents will come, and teachers too, and they'll just like listen to the kids, like, this is Michael Jordan, and these are the things he overcame. Or this is just an example, right?
MJ.
So that's 3rd grade. So that's just one example. Or like in 4th grade, we do architecture, and then inventions. In 5th grade, space, like really like large units, and then I break them down. And then later on, like second half of the year, they're doing a lot of like research, creating like a way to present it to people. On the computer, some, but also some we'll use poster boards too, right? Old school. It doesn't have to all be technology, but kind of both. That really.
So this is like, it sounds like there's a lot of application type learning where it's not just in a textbook and taking tests all the time.
Yeah. So I don't actually have any textbooks. I have a lot of books. But like biographies, for example, or like architecture books. But it's not textbook.
Okay. I love it. And that's going on right to the next question.
Okay.
So I'm just curious, kind of hearkening back to the last question, are you having multiple grades in the same classroom at the same time?
Not right. No, not
so
really.
You're still having one grade. There's enough kids to make that happen.
Oh,
wow. Yes. We are a gifted campus. I love it.
We do have a lot of gifted kids.
Sounds like it.
I'll tell you, like a majority of them have been here since they were like babies. Not really babies, but like since they were in kindergarten or pre-K. So we do have a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other thing that you said was you're following a lot of these kids from before they can even remember what's going on until they're like seniors in high school. And that also says to me is that our students love it here as well. And they stay here. Yeah. They know that they're in a good spot, and that's a testament to this school. Let's see. You want to do one more?
Sure.
Because I want to make this. We have so much to go through here, and you're such a good speaker.
I'm a chatty one.
And an articulatician. Is that a word? Articulatician?
Articulation is.
Articulationist. Anyway,
okay, we'll have to look that one up.
Gonna have to look all this stuff up. Let's do one more because I want to make this a multi-part podcast.
Okay.
I said it right. Multi-part podcast.
Multi-part podcast.
And I think you and I
All right.
discussed maybe having some of the students come on and display.
And that's a good idea. Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Like some of their projects, or you could even interview some of them.
That would be fantastic.
They love to like question answer. They have like a lot of great things to say.
A little banter,
so,
a little back and forth. I'd love it. A little volley.
They can make up some jokes. They can. I don't know.
Let's do a dad joke contest.
You don't know. They might be able to come up with some good stuff.
Okay. I can't wait. I will write some stuff up, or we'll just kind of get some ideas flowing. All right. Well, let's go with I'm going to pick one here randomly. Well, here's one that's interesting.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask something about the future, but how do you balance like this advanced based curriculum with the need for social and emotional? Like these are kids that probably may not fit into the average social or even emotional boxes, right? And so how do you offer that in unique ways across a whole classroom of kids? Anything about the social aspect of what you do and your brilliance as a coach?
Well,
a GT coach.
Sure. So like I said, I've had a lot of them since they were little. So I know their personalities. And so that's just like the teacher student part. But for them, because not all of them have known each other, like as in the homeroom class with each other each school year. So at the beginning of the year, we do like contracts, but together. So we like talk about what do we need in our like group? What does it need to look like if we're working together or independently? And they kind of come up with it. They have to sign off. Now, I will say we have to go over it a lot. Like we have to go back and revisit with some groups like, hey, y'all agree that we're not going to disrespect each other. Like what's going on right now? So that kind of stuff. And then I do a lot of like growth mindset stuff at the beginning, even though a lot of them have done it in the past. So we talk about like what's going to happen if we feel like we want to give up, like here in class or in like life. Because a lot of them are like very like perfectionist. Not all, but there are some that like do not like to mess up and they'll just like stop. So talk about like, okay, what's going to happen when that occurs in life, no matter where you are, right? Like, how can you persevere?
That's huge.
Yeah, I think social emotional is like a big one for a lot of gifted kids. A lot of them feel like, when I say feel, like they internalize like a lot of things that other kids do, but maybe some more than others. So I use like resources that I have, right? Like knowing them, knowing their teachers, the counselor, books. I kind of just figure it out, or like, to find other sources to meet that. So there's a lot of people that can help out with that, but
so there's sometimes a perfectionism element going on in terms of like, I'm going to get this right. And if I don't know how to,
I'm going to have to start over.
I'm gonna have to start over. Oh man, I know what that feels like. Okay. That's something to work through. Maybe we could close with this. You mentioned this. We're kind of wrapping right back around to the beginning. You have seen these kids grow, at least even on this campus, for 9 years now.
Yes.
I'm sure you've seen some of them become juniors, sophomores, seniors, and graduate. Does anybody come to mind of a really rewarding story, somebody that you've seen move on from Somerset, maybe get accepted into college, move on to a really good career, or just does anything come to mind as just a rewarding story for you that when you get in your car to come to school every day, you think, you know what, this is what it's all about? Does anything come to mind like that?
I mean, right now I've been thinking about my kids that are graduating this year, like, okay, so I don't want to miss anyone, but like,
well, we got more than one podcast. So.
Nathan.
Oh, Annalisa, Nevaeh, Nathan.
Maria Vasquez's son, grandson. Like I have a Nick.
Oh, Nick. I know.
I know both
all
Nicks.
four of those.
So and Xavier. Like there's a lot in that particular group. So right now, when I see them, I'm thinking like, where did you decide to go? Like, what are you gonna do next?
Yeah.
So sometimes when I see them, I'll ask them that, but I don't want to like make them nervous or stressed. But that is like right now something I'll think about. And then some kids like in the past.
Well, Annalisa just got accepted into Spurgeon College.
Okay.
And I believe just won a huge volleyball game last night and is going to state.
Yeah, so volleyball.
So girl. I know that because we just did a senior spotlight, little plug for Slamcast News Crew.
Cute, funny story, really fast. So
sure,
her mom,
take your time.
She works here now, but when I had Annalisa, she was like my room mom. And anyways, that was kind of cool. Like on our last day, there was like a fire alarm problem, like it wouldn't stop, but she had like our classroom all set up with like Hawaiian luau, with all this beautiful like decorations and food and anyways.
And
so
who is this now?
On Sunny Rodriguez.
Sunny.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
got you.
I still call her like Annalisa's mom. Like
Annalisa's
actually,
mom.
like if I talk to her, like I need to talk to Annalisa's mom. I know that's not like the professional way when you work with someone, but you know when you connect with someone like like Gloria, like Nicholas, I'm like you're Nicholas's grandma or whatever.
And we just featured Coach Gloria on our teacher trivia spotlight. So these are all famous entities on this. These are celebrities on our campus that Slamcast News Crew has been covering. So everybody should know these people.
All right.
That's for sure. So Annalisa's a story that comes to mind where it's just like watching her grow and flourish right now is very rewarding.
Yeah, they used to have like little contest about like who can cheer better when they used to play on the playground. Like just I know she's not a cheerleader, but like just stuff like that I remember from when they were younger, right? And now I'm like seeing how they are growing up and becoming their own person.
Yeah, it must be incredible
anymore. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just we're in the rearview mirror. You know, the thing is, I just heard a rumor, breaking headline news here, that Neve, who I've gotten to know from this podcast as well through the volleyball program, just got accepted to Texas A&M.
Nice,
so
I prefer the Longhorns, but A&M is a great school. No, it's a great school.
I just stirred up some real controversy.
No, it's good. It's great. My dad went to A&M. One of my sisters did, but I went to UTSA. UT Austin's pretty awesome, but A&M's a great school. That's awesome.
Are you guys not friends anymore?
No, it's good. We're good. A&M's a great school. Yeah.
Yeah. So just incredible things are happening here. And maybe we'll just kind of wrap it up there. And though I do not want to, but we'll just make it into, hopefully, if you're willing, a multi-part series. We'll evolve this into more specifics of some of the things you're working on in the program, some of the ways you're using technology. We haven't even gotten into that. Technology, tools, sciences, different projects you're doing. And then let's get some students on here and rock out a little bit.
All right.
Well, once again, Coach, we're going to roll some music. And you know what? We're going to simultaneously give you a huge round of applause without even moving our hands. Look at a circle of applause.
No, it's
a round. Oh my goodness.
That's like an elementary thing. You got to know.
I'm humbled. I'm totally humbled and I'm blushing right now, but that's a great way to end this Tuesday. Bear Nation, thank you for joining us on this expose of our gifted and talented GT professor here, Coach Perez. It's fun to say. Coach Perez, thank you for joining.
You're welcome.
I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that we can get together and do this again soon.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, Coach's Corner. Thank you, Bear Nation. See you soon.
Okay.
Right on cue.
Oh.